There's always a mix of excitement and nerves when fishing an entirely new area, trying to adapt your local knowledge from home to suit unfamiliar surroundings. It's particularly challenging in a place like Stanage, where sprawling creeks appear somewhat similar to the mangroves around Moreton Bay, but the conditions are completely different.
Well, never had to do this before. The tidal variation here is about 6 metres, so if you don't tie your pots up really high, they can just disappear under the water.
It's hard to believe that mangroves that are fully submerged at high tide will tower above us in just a few hours. Another side effect of this massive water movement is that currents of 5 and even 6 knots can be roaring through these creeks. Not the kind of place you'd want to be in an underpowered or unreliable boat. Certainly not an issue with us. It says a lot about the functionality of the 485 SF that, of all the boats in the Haines Group fleet, this is the one that Gordon has chosen for himself.
Oh, this is probably one of the most versatile boats, available in Australia today. It's a great boat, does everything, nice and dry.
Yeah, it is dry, yeah.
This boat carries 120 litres, which gives this boat a range of about 400k with the 90 Suzuki on the back. So, yeah, you can't ask for much more than that. And that's really handy when you're remote like this.
Given that many of these creeks will be all but empty come low tide, there's not much else to do now except get a few lines in the water and reflect on first impressions of this amazing place.
How's it going, Greg?
Not bad.
It's a fantastic place up here, isn't it? It's so diverse and there's so many different things to do and keep you occupied. I could spend a month here, I reckon.
At the front end, you've got the Percy's up a bit further north, you've got the Marbles. You could spend a week exploring all the islands. The fishing spots are meant to be fantastic.
I think we made the right choice with boats too. We've got a boat that can go outside, fish the estuaries of the river. This boat could do the same, This boat can go offshore as well, so we've got everything covered.
And your boat, Andrew, is great for offshore, and you can spend a night out at the Percy's or something if the weather's good.
Yeah.
You've got the cabin. The 602 is a great boat for that.
Yeah, sure.
And the 485, as you said, crabbing, estuaries, flicking lures. It's a bit of offshore work.
Yep, fish on.
Oh, come on.
He's only a little one, Andrew. Feels a bit like a flathead or something, to be honest. What is it?
Caddy.
It's a little estuary cod, I think. There you go, look at that.
Cod.
Little cod.
Same size as the lure, though.
The bait fish will hide in the dirty water.
Yeah.
And these bigger predatory fish, not that this is that big, but he's a predatory fish, and he'll come out and bash the bait fish as they come out to grab a feed.
So how big will that grow?
Mate, these things turn into pretty big cod, 1.5 metres.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Come back in a couple of years and he might be a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the pots prove to be a bit more successful. Though the first few aren't exactly living up to the Stanage legend.
Mate, no good.
Really?
Probably about 4 or 5 mil under that one.
Hey, good. I think there might be one in this. I can feel something jumping around.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Holy dolly, look at the size of that. It's the biggest one I've ever caught, but you've probably caught thousands of that size.
I've caught 3 or 4 in my life that's that size, but yeah, that's a good crab. Just keep him away from me, will you?
I actually want him to get hold of you. You know that, don't you?
Mate, if that gets hold of me and it's your fault, it's on.
Like all fishing, it's important to know your regulations and possession limits. If you get back to the ramp with undersized or female muddies in the boat, it'll be you, not the crabs in a lot of hot water.
Size limit?
Size limit's got to be 6 inches, 150 mil across the shell.
All right.
So
Just be careful.
this one here.
After a slow start, it's now becoming obvious how this place has earned its reputation. Not a bad haul for a morning's effort, and more than enough to feed a few hungry lads back at the camp.